Good morning, everybody. Trust your evening went well last night. Delightful once again here in Wichita, but temperatures are on the rise. We may have 100 degrees in the forecast by Sunday. So summer returns. It is that time of the year. And I remember when I first moved to Wichita, hot, dry winds and over the 4th of July and temperatures 100 to 105 degrees, and we need a little bit of that right now to dry everything out so they can get in and harvest the wheat crop. That's getting behind. The longer the wheat stays in the field, the lower its protein content, and the lower the quality, the less price the farmer gets. Saw a pretty interesting article this last week, and I wonder where he's been. It said, is the bubble in farmland prices, has it been popped? And given the price of soybeans and corn and wheat over the last year, and I don't know where this individual has been, I'd have to say yes, it probably has popped. In the final analysis, unless you're buying property to put together a family farm, the properties that are contiguous to yours, the land has to pay for itself. And if it doesn't pay for itself, you can't pay for the price. You can't buy the dirt for what they want. And $5 wheat's a lot different than $8 wheat. $4 corn is $5 corn is a lot different than $10 corn. So that's where we find ourselves today. It is the end of the week. There is no news. Today we have the Atlanta Fed's Business Inflation Index. So essentially a no news day. Not much news out overnight. Probably the biggest news was that intraday the Chinese market in Shanghai saw a 10% swing. I think it finished off the market off about close to 6%. So talk about volatility that the trader could really thrive on over there. That would be a fun index to be trading. Now, if you look at the market from yesterday's standpoint, where do we need volume? You can see that we need some volume right in here based on yesterday's distribution. That kind of ties with the structure right here where we need some volume really right in this range, and you can see that volume starts right here and it starts to fall away pretty quickly over 10. So this I think pretty good resistance starts at 10 and higher. And we're just going to play for a trading range market. If the E-mini moves big time, this will change. So sell 1 is going to be 9 to 13. And sell 2 is going to be 15 to 19. On the buy side, I'd like to get it done at the buck, but we may have to pay 5s to get in. So our 4/5 letter ledge is at 2.5, so we'll make 31 to 03 buy 1, and then 25 to 29 buy 2. So I think the focus will be on what the E-mini does today. And we have triple witching hour. A lot of the people that were caught obviously left the market yesterday. I mean, it was just straight up. There was just very little in the way of retracement. When you see that situation, the shorts are being squeezed. Okay, the knob spread came in quite a bit overnight. I think that can take us higher. I think we'll probably get stops above 151. So 51.03.07 will be sell 1. Then 15 to 19, sell 2. I do see a trading range. Maybe resistance is at 151. So we'll put a question mark by 31. On the buy side, 9 to 13 would just play against the bottom of value. And then 1 to 5 for buy 2, and the idea that we have ourselves a trading range. And we'll see what happens. Make the sell 31 to 03 on the 30-year, then 11 to 15. I'll lower that by 4/30 seconds. Gold again had a pretty quiet night. Greece, they're going to have another important meeting come Monday, and Greece is supposed to come up with another plan over the weekend. And Greece has told everybody that they're not cutting pensions, they're not cutting government salaries, and they're not going to increase the value-added tax. IMF has said, hey, the ball's in the EU and Greece's court. If they don't make their payment to the IMF on June the 30th, they will officially be in default with the IMF. So a lot of rhetoric, a lot of posturing is still going on. Several articles right now have put the odds at 60%. Greece stays in the European Union, 40% they fall out. I don't think any politician's in a position to self-impose the economic hardship that will follow if they drop out of the EU for a little bit on his nation. And I think a politician could survive if the EU or Germany came up and said, "This is it. You know, you're not gonna get any more money." So I think ultimately they might still be able to work out a deal. We will see. Okay, we've got resistance at 5, 112.05, so we'll make 4 to 6, sell 1. I don't think anybody's dumping gold today. And then 9 to 11, sell 2. And then on the buy side, we're at 12.02. I mean, support's 98 to the buck, buy 1. And we've got this single prints down here, say 93, 95, buy 2. So I do see sellers above, but I think it's a pretty well supported market. I think the longer term player is still playing the long side. Okay, the euro's off quite a bit overnight, which would be expected. No deal, it sells. Chance of having a deal. It's bought up. And so I think those dynamics are with us. We like selling into 114 yesterday. It turned out to be pretty good. I think we had an 85.95 sell. It did touch 14 briefly in Asia and off of its opening. I gotta shut that site down. Going nuts over there. So right now 1300 looks like pretty good support. 1310 buy 1, 75 buy 2. On the sell side, pretty clean break up here in the 40-50, so 40-50 sell 1, and then 75 to say 75 plus or minus 5, so make it 70 to 80 sell 2. And with things on hold until Monday's meeting, it starts at 11 a.m. GMT, so will awaken Monday to the same situation where rumors, news spikes on how things are going in the meeting will be hanging over the market. Okay, crude's off in the overnight market. This high volume area, 60, 75, 61 is where resistance is right now. So it's come in a little bit. I'm guessing we've got pretty good support, 59, 59.50. So we'll make our first buy, 59.50, 75. That's pretty aggressive. We are pointed lower, but that's the first place, and then 59 plus or minus for buy 2. Maybe as high as a quarter. On the sell side, the spill was from 60.50, so 60.50, 60.75, sell 1, and 61, 61 and a quarter, sell 2. So 61 to probably 59 is the range we should expect, and I think the first move is lower. Okay, the E-mini is going to be interesting today. Yesterday was predictable, the day before quadruple witching hour. Those that were on the wrong side of the market had to pay up to get out, but pretty strong buying nonetheless. So we're going to have pretty good support in this 5 to 10 area. You can just see it over here, perhaps as low as 4. So that's where support is. And resistance is going to be at 20. So 19 to 21, there's no news. It's just how many people are caught short. The market is holding its gains, so it is still pointed higher. But selling failure to take out 20 is the first trade. And then 24, 26 would be S2. Got a high up at 34. I think that could probably come out before the end of the month, based on no other reason than the big guys are buying it. 10 to 12 buy 1. Lean against the overnight low, and then 5 to 7 buy 2. And so I think the issue today is, can we get through 20 or not? And if we can't get through 20, I think it turns into a pretty good sell. Just end of the week profit taking. No more, no less. It's going to take a bit to get everything up and posted. I'm going to get busy on that. I will see you as soon as possible.